Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is another Q&A, my first Q&A for year 2020. I posted on Instagram's Insta story and I asked you guys to, give me some of your questions, and I've got all of them on my new phone. Yes, I have a new phone. This is the iPhone 11 Pro. Yeah, it's not the Max, it's the 11 Pro. And I haven't upgraded my phone since iPhone 6. Let me just get my phone and I'll show you. This is my iPhone 6. And this phone here, which actually is bubbling a little bit, this is my iPhone 5. So I have been using iPhone 5 and iPhone 6 for years, and finally decided to upgrade my iPhone 6 to the iPhone 11. I think that's pretty good, right? Because I can't keep up with the upgrades. And I thought, you know what, I'll just use the phone until it's like 6-7 years later, or maybe, okay, not 6-7 years, like 5 years later, and then we'll do a great upgrade. The first question is from Rosoma2108. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hi Kat, how are you liking your Cartier ring so far? So I brought my ring out. This is my Cartier Just Include ring. I think that's how you pronounce it. To be honest, I haven't been wearing it very often, and it's not because I don't like it. It's because I am so afraid I would lose it. During the workday, I go to the gym. So I go to the gym after work, and then I'll take off all my jewelry or my ring and I'll put it into my bag. And I don't know, there's something in me that is just so afraid that I would, just misplace the ring, put it somewhere, just be so forgetful, because I am so forgetful, which is one of the reasons why I don't wear this ring very often during the weekday. Then when it comes to the weekend, I don't know, I'm just like, dressed down. If you watch my vlogs, you know that I am really, I'm like auntie style, okay, for the weekend. So I don't like to wear my jewelry. So I haven't really been giving this ring enough love. Gaia Lassi, what's your favorite meal and would you give the recipe? I'll absolutely give you the recipe. I have so many favorite things to eat. I love popiah, I love curry mee, I love hami, I love nasi lemak, I love everything. I'm like, I can't pick one. It's so hard to say this is like my favorite food. I think if I really had to pick like something that will always make me like, I'll be, oh okay, yeah, let's have that, would be curry vegetable pot. Like just a big pot of curry with all kinds of vegetables inside. I think that's something that I personally really love, enjoy eating with rice. Okay, next from Daniel. Would you like to live abroad again? If yes, is there a specific country you would enjoy? So I actually currently live abroad. I live in Singapore. I am from Malaysia. So I guess there isn't a specific country that I would like to live abroad, because I am currently living abroad, in a way, because I am away from family. Jacqueline, how do you keep yourself away from luxury temptations and save more money? I need help. I need help as well. I haven't been that good, okay? I know I'm supposed to be doing my low buy, stop shopping 2020, but I already bought something, which you have to watch my vlog. It was really an impulse, and it was just like, you know what, it's so cheap, so I decided to buy it. But other than that, I am struggling, okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm not the best at pulling myself away from buying stuff. Though, what I said in my last 2019, update video is there is something at the back of my head constantly pulling me back from buying stuff. So I think that is a way to stop yourself from temptation. It took me a year to get that voice really strong. Like when I first started the journey of stop shopping, that voice was saying, Kat, you shouldn't be buying something. That voice was so soft, okay? It was like, Kat, you shouldn't be buying that. It was like that, okay? But now, this year, even though I bought this little thing, I could tell you it was like a fight. But the voice was so loud. It was like, Kat, you're not supposed to be buying that. And I'm like, oh, please, it's so cheap. And my husband didn't help, okay? He didn't help. I think if I was alone, I wouldn't have bought it, but he didn't help. Okay, a bit off topic, but you have to watch my vlog. I bought a little something. I think it's like a conscious decision in your mind. You have to be, you have to know why you don't want to be buying something. You have to know what are your goals, like what are you trying to achieve in this stop shopping journey. If the goal is not really strong, I can tell you it's even harder. But if you have kind of like set goals, you know, certain things that you want to change about yourself or certain things that you want to do, it makes the journey a bit better. Zuki Ho, how many bags are you trying to maintain in your collection? Thanks. I don't have a number of bags, like a specific number that I want to maintain. Like some people want to say, you know, I want to keep it below 10, I want to keep it below 15 bags. Got about 20 bags in my collection at the moment. There are a couple of bags that I could probably let go, and that's my Prada Cahier and my LV bum bag. I am considering letting those two go. Yeah, I have about 20 bags. I don't feel like there's a number that I want to maintain, but I do think I don't want to go overboard. Like I don't want to have 30, 40 bags. I think that's just way too many bags. Pam Q, Chanel silver hardware or gold hardware for a classic flap. Okay, so for me, I had both of them. I had the gold caviar leather classic flap in the medium large, and I loved that. I thought the gold with the black just looks so stunning. And I also have my Chanel jumbo with the silver hardware. So for me, I personally prefer silver hardware on bigger bags. I feel like with bigger bags, there's a lot of bag. It's just like, you know, it's very in your face already. So with that, I prefer silver, I prefer ruthenium, I prefer something a little bit more, less loud. For me, smaller bags can pull off both kind of hardware. It can go with silver, it can go with gold, and because it's a smaller bag, it's not so much of being in your face. It really goes with whatever color the leather that you pick. Wacky laughter. How did you hold yourself back on impulse buying? I didn't. That's for sure, I didn't. It's like a big fail. But I would say that it's just a learning experience. It's just a learning for me to feel like I need to stop. Like I need that voice at the back of my head to grow louder and stronger and just more forceful, because before this, that voice wasn't really forceful. The voice was a bit of a weakling. So now the voice is stronger in my head, and it's not so much of holding back anymore. It's just being mindful. Still fall off the wagon, okay? I just fell off the wagon yesterday. I fell off buying a little bit or something that, you know, I had no intention of buying. So I just gotta make sure that I really use it. And you guys will be thinking, it's not that expensive, but I just feel like I didn't want to buy it, you know? So I'll tell you guys, no, actually watch my vlog. I'm gonna share it in my vlog. I think that's better. I look really white on the rearview mirror. I feel like that's because of the powder that I'm using. I took out the Rihanna powder and maybe I overdid it because I was like, nothing's coming off from this powder. You know, I was like, dusting and I was putting in my face. But now that I'm looking in the viewfinder, I look kind of white. So that powder, it's dangerous. Scarlett's collection, do you drink alcohol? Do you get drunk easily? And any funny drunk stories? This is a good one. I am drinking alcohol at the moment. This is Joya, you can see. So Japanese, Joya with the plum. Oh, I love this. I love it with some water and lots of ice, though now the ice is melted. Yes, I drink alcohol. I drink beer, and I actually am a really good drinker. I used to drink like a lot, okay? It's so much that people think I'm an alcoholic. And I hold my alcohol really well, but nowadays I have cut down. I think maybe for the past few years I have really toned down on the drinking. Firstly, it's really expensive to drink out. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we don't drink so much. We drink mainly at home, you know, I have to buy a couple of beers and all that. I don't get drunk easily, and yes, there is a really funny story from a long time ago with my best friend. Li Yinglin, what platform do you sell your bags on? I actually use Instagram to sell my bags. I do use some other Singapore platforms like Deluxe Mall. I haven't used them in a long time because I've kind of swapped over to Instagram. I do find Instagram as a pretty good platform to sell your handbags. Kimyon92, do you still consider the Just Include bracelet new or second-hand? So I am still considering the Just Include bracelet. I bought this ring to get a feel of how the look of a nail you know, feels on me, and I do like it. So I am considering getting the bracelet, and I think I'm gonna get it new. Like kerosene, with annual price increases, what's the most you think Chanel or Dior is worth? So I guess your question is, if you were to resell the bag, what do you think it's worth? Even though they keep increasing the price, year on year, if you were to sell your bag again, I feel like the most you could sell your bag for is either the price you got it for or just a little bit more. That's about it. I don't think nowadays with the savvy, buyers in the resale market, I don't think you can be like making a huge profit. You know what I mean? Because when we see a second-hand bag, we'll be like, hey, you're selling it significantly more. It's just not possible unless you have kept that bag in pristine condition. Like you buy the bag for investments, you keep it in storage, unused, untouched. But if you're thinking about selling a used bag, then I don't think you can get more than the retail value that you paid for. Neil, will you get a new watch this year, Rolex? No, not for 2020, and not until I turn 40s, and then I will get my Rolex. I think I don't know which video I did a few years ago, I said that I've decided to put my Rolex onto a later date because I feel like it's such a like Rolex. I don't know, maybe nowadays people are like, yeah, Rolex, just buy it, just buy it because everybody's so rich now. I don't know. But I come from a time where Rolex just seems so like, wow, so significant, it's like a milestone thing. And I need to be like somebody to wear it. So I'm still in that mindset, so I feel like if I'm not somebody yet, let's do a milestone purchase. Clara Zila, of course, latest 2020 wishlist. So I did a 2020 wishlist video. I'll link it up here or in the description box below. But let me just tell you here, I am planning to get 2 bags this year. One is this limited edition LV bag from a past season. So I actually saw that bag in store. So my essay actually got it for me and I have yet to purchase it. It's because there is a slight flaw in it. It's because I can see it. I told him that, can you just find if there is one out there? So he is waiting to hear from the merchandiser if there is a stock around the world. If there isn't, then I'm picking that up because I don't care actually if there is there's like a tiny little scratch on it, okay? My second bag, and you guys know, it is time, okay? It is time. The Lady Dior, okay? I am getting the Lady Dior. I don't know the size yet. I don't know if it's gonna be the medium or it's gonna be the small size. I'm just waiting for the right Dior, Lady Dior, or my Lady Dior bag. The rest of the wishlist items, I already bought the Chanel O case, little flat thing, that's one item. I'm supposed to get the LV Toiletry 15. I'm supposed to get the Oran sandals this year as well. Indie YXH, do you like your YouTube channel? I actually really like my YouTube channel. I started out a few years ago, I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I just started out not thinking too much into it, just doing handbag reviews. But through this channel, I have made some wonderful friends. And then of course, communicating with you guys through, DMs or just the YouTube comments or even messages or emails. It's been a surprising journey on the channel. And yeah, it's you guys, okay? It's really you guys who make it so much more fulfilling for me. It's not me giving out the content, it's you guys interacting back to me and really watching my videos, appreciating it. I don't do anything else in the video. Like I just do my usual vlogs, I do my review videos, try to talk a little bit about favorites and all, and that's about it. It's an amazing hobby and it's been really, really fulfilling. So yes, I don't just like my YouTube, I really love it, okay? I really, really love it. Indie Boo 5, how are you doing? I'm doing really, really great. I feel like, I know it's a bit corny because everybody's saying it, but I feel like year 2020 starting off a fresh new year just feels like a new beginning. In the past few New Years, every time we cross over to the new year, I would personally just feel like, oh, okay, new year, you know, let's set new goals, do new things, and it's just been, you know, like kind of stuff. But 2019 was so trying that this new year just felt like a whole shift. That's how I feel like. I felt like, okay, that's done. That year is done. Relief to move over to the next year. I know it's just like a day over, but I felt like this weight just like, okay, new year, let's do this. So I am feeling much better. Constance Cole, what's your choice between Chanel Classic Flap versus the Gabrielle? Wow, that's a tough question because both bags are so different. I feel like the Classic Flap is so classic. It's so ladylike, it's so, you know, chic. Whereas the Gabrielle is so edgy. It's so trendy and so, you know, different. It's like, it's a standout bag. I really like the Gabrielle bag. I feel like it's a very modern, classy yet trendy take on the very, you know, prim and proper feeling when you get on Chanel. You know, when you hear Chanel, you think, oh, frills, you think beautiful, you think just, you know, just very demure. But when you see the Gabrielle, you're like, whoa, that's a different take. That's how I feel with the Gabrielle bag. So my personal choice between the two is actually the Gabrielle. W Country Lifestyle, are you planning to have kids? There is no plan because we are pretty old. I am already 38 and my husband is much older than me. So we, you know, I always answer this when my relatives ask me as well. I said, well, if we get kids, we'll get kids. But I am not, you know, actively trying because we did that once a few years ago to be, you know, really active in trying to have kids. And every month was a disappointment. You know what I mean? So it was a lot to take emotionally. And I was traveling so much with work and all that. So it just came to a point where I decided, nah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then I'm not gonna be disappointed. Lynn TPLL, what can you say about the Fendi Peekaboo? Do you have it before? I never had a Fendi Peekaboo, but I always loved it, and I actually really like it in the small size. And there was one Fendi Peekaboo which I really recently saw. I think it will be in my wish list maybe for year 2021, and that's I'll put a picture up here and you can take a look. I like the Peekaboo. I think it's a very classic design for Fendi, and it's a different take on the Hermes Kelly bag. If you like the Kelly bag, but you know there's that flap issue, you're like, oh, not so sure about that flap part because it is quite hard to open and close the flap. Then the Fendi Peekaboo is your answer. It is much easier to open. It has the same look and feel, but it's just slightly different. Hello from Carmen. How do you decide when you're ready to part with a handbag? That's a really good question. I do keep most of my bags for a long period of time. I recently parted with my Dior Montaigne bag, and that was more of an emotional part. Every time I looked at the bag, it didn't bring me joy. So I guess that would be the main reason of when I know I don't want to have that bag anymore in my collection. Like, I've used it enough and I don't, you know, find any more happiness in using the bag. I find it really hard to style with my clothing or my outfits, or I just start to find it cumbersome, either from lack of space or too much space. And that is when I know it's kind of time to go. Nguyen Kiman 79. Hi Kat, how's your knee doing and how are your parents? My knee is doing so much better. It has, you know, it was better last week, But no, the week before it was much better. And then last week I started to teach my class again and it's got a little bit like funky. But overall, it has been doing much better. I've been doing my exercises, but I have to admit, I wasn't doing my exercises last week. So, you know, it does make a huge difference when I don't do my exercises. So I have to do it again. It's so boring, but yeah. And my parents are doing great. I am planning to help them get some plane tickets to go and visit their grandchildren this year. And that will probably be around September. So yeah, they're doing great. You know, they're just enjoying retirement, chilling, just hanging out, being two old fellows hanging out. Lace and ruffles, where do you go for your haircut and hair dye? I love the pixie cut on you. Thank you. I go to a hair salon in Malaysia. It's called Peekaboo, and all the hairstylists there are great. I don't have a specific hairstylist. I just go there and I'm like, this, and they'll just do it. Because the pixie cut is quite a standard haircut and really depends on the texture of your hair. So yeah, I just go to the Peekaboo and I just pick any stylist that can do it for me. Mandy Ong, not a question, but you sold both Dior's. Hope your lady Dior is the one. So do I. My goodness, I had the Dior Rama, then the Dior Montaigne, and both of them just couldn't make it in my collection. Dior Montaigne I did love a lot, actually I really, really did. But the memory of that purchase does not do the bag justice. So yeah, but hopefully I will have a better experience with the Lady Dior. Nora, what do you think of the Celine Nano luggage bag? Do you think it looks dated? I actually don't think it looks dated. I still feel like it's a very classic bag in Celine. Like when you see that bag, like somebody carrying the Nano with the whole ears and the, you know, robot face, it's so immediately identifiable. Like, whoa, Celine. And I like the Nano size. I think the Nano size is a great everyday bag. You know, it's a great going out bag. Apparently it holds a lot. I don't have the Nano, but everyone that I, you know, watch on YouTube that talks about the Nano says it holds everything. It holds so much and more. So I do think it's very nice and I don't think it is dated. Okay, Mini Lilux, opinions on the Gucci Silvia Mini, the YSL carry bag, new Fendi Mini Peekaboo. I have seen the Gucci Silvia bag many times in the Gucci store and I do think it is a very, very nice bag. I actually like the chunky chain that goes on the flap. I know some people don't like it, maybe it's a bit much, but I think that feature just makes the bag pop a little bit more. The YSL bag, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Celine box bag. I don't know what it looks like in real life, but it is a very simple, very modern, very, you know, understated design, just like the Celine box bag. And the Fendi Peekaboo bag, I love it. It's a classic design from Fendi and it is immediately recognizable. Mini, okay, whatever size they want to make it, I definitely do just like the silhouette of the bag. One fit dancer chick, are you into jewelry like Cartier, Tiffany, Bulgari? I want to focus on those this year. I am. I'm wearing my Tiffany. This is the gold pendant, which is engraved with my initial and my husband's initial. And then this is my Cartier ring. I am into jewelry. I love all types, okay? It doesn't have to be like fine jewelry, it can be costume jewelry, it can be fashion jewelry, but I love it. I've got lots of Tiffany pieces, I've got a few Cartier pieces, and but I don't have any Bulgari pieces. I do want to add a Bulgari ring in the future, but yeah, I don't have that. I do have, what else do I have? I have a few, quite a few pieces of Chanel fashion jewelry, and I do have a piece of LV fashion jewelry. I don't have any of their fine jewelry yet, but if I ever get a chance, I'll definitely want to add those. JW Rella, what's your New Year luxury wish list? So I've already answered that earlier. Sanyu, you've got 4 questions. How's your LV agenda doing? It is doing not so great, actually. I mean, the whole agenda is doing great, but the glazing around the agenda is not doing so great. It's been peeling, it's coming off. I probably will need to replace the LV agenda I'm hoping maybe in a year and a half, hopefully maybe 2 years. I don't really want to replace it because I've been using it so much, and I'm talking about my mini agenda. So yeah, it's definitely seen better days. How's your knee? So yeah, my knee is doing much better. And what's your most used bag at the moment? You know what? At the moment for year 2020, it's my Birkin. Oh my goodness, look at me, so bushy. My Birkin is the most used handbag. It is. I decided to pop that bag out for New Year. Was it New Year or Christmas? I think since Christmas, I decided to pull that bag out and use it, and I'm still using it. So it's been what, 3-4 weeks? It really is like, I've been using it so much. I guess if you're not talking about like right now, then my Foray Lepage tote has been getting a lot of use as well. So those are the two bags that has been getting a lot of use at the moment. And your last question, how's your LV Mini Palm Springs doing? It's still in the workshop, and I've decided to sell that bag and probably use the funds to get the new version, the one where the zip is not covered by the canvas. I feel like I've been having too many problems with my mini Palm Springs bag that yeah, I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I probably will sell that and take the funds and buy the new version. PT1014, do you feel mini bags trend is dying? No, I don't. I feel like the fashion houses is trying to swing it by bringing all the big bags and all the extra large bags, you know, with the giant Chanel bags and all these giant bags. But for the everyday person like me, or maybe like you guys out there, the mini bag trend is actually a very functional trend. It's not just a small bag for a reason, right? Because we don't want to be carrying like the bag this big and putting everything and just making it extremely heavy. It is a very functional size. But if you're talking like mini, like this mini, that trend might die. Okay, that trend is just not practical. But if you're talking like, you know, like a small bag trend, like this bag, this size, it won't die. With all the big bags are back, giant bags are back, it may be overshadowed by that when you watch Instagram, when you watch YouTube. But for the everyday person, there is a reason why we like smaller bags. We just don't want to carry so many things. Katie Cadell, top 5 places that you want to travel to. Oh my gosh, only 5? There are so many places. Okay, first, I want to go to Cuba. Gotta go to Cuba. It's something very interesting. Then I want to go to South Africa. Oh my gosh, I really want to go to South Africa. I want to go to New Zealand. I haven't been to New Zealand yet. I've been to Australia. 4th place would be Ireland. I want to see the Northern Lights. And finally, I want to go to Croatia, because Croatia is the place that me and Shareem talked about going when I turned 40 and, you know, she's older. So we never got a chance, but that's definitely on my top 5 list. Do you have any fun, unpopular opinions? I have quite a few, but you know, since this is a luxury channel, we'll keep it to luxury. Maybe you've heard this before in my other videos, but I really cannot stand the Dior Saddle Bag. Every time I see it in store, or every time I see somebody unbox the saddle bag, the first thing that pops into my brain is liver. It looks like liver! And your last point is, why are you so awesome? You guys are awesome, okay? Not me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Q&A video. It is one of my most favorite videos to film because it's so casual. It's a great way for me to interact with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And yeah, I'll keep doing it as long as you do. So if you like this, please do give me a thumbs up and make sure you guys are subscribed. There is like a button down here, and hit that bell as well. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. You guys take care. Bye.